Making red wine at Olding Manor Vineyard. Take 1.
Action.
So we're on Olding Manor Vineyard, and today is the day that we're going to harvest the Regent grape. Fabulous grape. Doesn't suffer much rot. It's great. Do you want one? There you go.
Thank you.
I have one. Oh, look at that. The red juice running out of that. So, the first thing you have to do is remove these little twisties at the bottom so I can get in underneath the nets to get the fruit.
Okay.
We put the nets on to stop the birds from eating all our lovely crop, but now it's time to harvest the crop. We've got to get into the underneath the nets.
What about the snails and the slugs?
Snails and slugs,
up.
they can get in, but they don't tend to like eating the grapes, I think. It's mostly the birds.
Okay.
Okay, so we're now ready to harvest the crop with a special grape secateurs. It can be a bit tricky to get some of these berries out because they've grown in amongst all the
vines.
Don't want to lose my berries. How do I? Where's that one gonna go? Cut that one.
What role does the leaves play in making the grapes?
The leaves act as giant sort of solar panels, using the sun's energy to turn carbon dioxide and water into sugars. The sugars then get pumped into the berries, and in the winery we turn the sugar in the berries into alcohol.
It looks like there's a pretty good crop this year. So how many vines do you have?
We've got 8 Regent vines, and I reckon this year we're going to get 16 bottles, so that's 2 bottles per vine, if we're lucky.
With all the grapes collected, it's back to the house. What's the next stage of the story of red wine making?
So, we've brought our bunches of grapes home.
Yes.
What's now got to happen is called destemming. You take the grapes, put the grapes in there. It doesn't matter if you crush them as they go, because we want to crush them. So you just pull them all off.
The juice is already turning red.
The juice is already turning red. And then we put the stem. You don't want the stem. Black bucket ready for composting. If there's any nasty, there's occasional mouldy ones. Can you see that? That's got the fungus. So we just get rid of that. And that's it. I just sit here now for the next half hour, all by myself, doing this. Now the real reason we get rid of the stems, so the stems can add a nasty flavour to the wine. So we don't want to do that. Now some people... What does
the flavour taste like?
Taste what, of the stems?
Yeah.
Which is not very nice.
Okay.
Some people have a machine to do this, but at Olding Manor we do everything by hand. So this is done
one thing by foot.
And some things by foot, yes.
What happens to all the spiders and all the insects that appear in there?
Well, when we pick the bunches of grapes, there's often a lot of big spiders, earwigs, sometimes ladybirds. Now, I try my best to get rid of those insects and arachnids and let them free, but you know, there's always some that are going to get caught and they get put in the bucket ready for crushing, and I just imagine they add to the flavour.
Lovely. So what do we need to do next?
Now we need to crush the berries, and for that I need your feet.
Okay.
It's going to be cold. What does it feel like?
Nice!
Is it cold?
Freezing.
And step.
I can't go in! It's stuck! Oh, I can't get my foot down!
That's it, just keep stepping. Look, you can see the lovely juice. Red juice.
It's too much.
What does it feel like under feet?
Hard.
Oh, look at that.
Even I haven't reached the bottom.
No, we'll just keep pressing.
It's still nearly done.
Gotta keep pressing. So the reason we're crushing the grapes is to burst the berries open to allow the juice to come out. And you need small feet to get in the bucket, so I use his feet. Is it chilly?
It's like ice. I'm like putting my foot in ice.
Very cold. Keep pressing. Oh, you're almost to the bottom.
Look. Oh, it's hard. Let's get that big grape there. Oh. I think that's enough. So what are you going to do now?
What we have to do is I'm going to put the grapes and grape juice that you crushed yesterday with your feet into the bucket. We then put the yeast in and it starts going. So
let's have a look.
So I'll pour that in there. Ready?
That put me off my appetite. Now it's time to add the yeast.
Yeast is a type of organism.
Also like...
It's a microorganism. Like bacteria, but not. So that's the yeast.
The yeast is added to the bucket of crushed grapes and gently stirred in. It's the yeast that helps turn the grape juice into wine. During this process, carbon dioxide gas is produced. This makes the grape skins float to the surface. So a couple of times a day, the skins are pushed down to keep them in close contact with the juice. The juice is left to ferment on the skins for around 3 days. What are you doing now?
Okay, what we have to do is you have to sterilise everything that comes into contact with the grape juice that's going to become to wine. So what I've got is I've got a sterilising solution. I put 2 in there, a little bit of warm water just to dissolve it, and then we fill it to the top.
Okay.
And what that does, it means that there's sterilising solution all within the demijohn.
Okay.
When you sterilise stuff, it's done with chlorine, and obviously you don't want all your wine to taste of chlorine, so having sterilised it, you rinse it out with a lot of water.
Okay.
And then it's ready to touch the grape juice. And I always do one more than I think I should, just in case, one for luck.
Outside, we get ready to press the grapes.
So now we're going to pour the grape juice with the berries and skins in for pressing into this bag. The thing is, you've got to remember, as soon as you pour something in there, the juice is going to come straight out. So get your collecting bucket ready underneath the bottom.
Okay.
And then we pour in.
Yay!
Quickly, see the juice.
Yeah, I can see it.
You've got
That's a lot of juice. The mesh bag prevents the grape skins getting squeezed out. Squish time.
This first bit is called the free run, and in the vineyards of France, they actually make a special type of wine just from this unpressed juice.
As the press is wound down, the juice flows out. The pressed juice then gets poured into glass demijohns and taken inside. The demijohns are sealed with a special airlock. The airlock allows carbon dioxide gas produced during fermentation to escape, but prevents oxygen from getting in. The juice then ferments for about 3 weeks, slowly turning into gorgeous Olding Manor red wine.